You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button. So last weekend, when LSU was still playing in the College World Series, the Manning Passing Academy went down. And Jayden Daniels and Garrett Nussmeier were both there. And we did talk a bit about how they performed at the Manning Passing Academy. And talked a little bit about the competition with Jayden and Garrett Nussmeier, and Garrett or Jayden talking about how it's Garrett's time is going to come and he's excited to see him and all. But Jayden talked a lot about himself as well and his development here in the offseason. Can we start with number 2, if we could, Muse? This is Jayden Daniels talking about how this offseason has gone for him.
It was real good, real beneficial, I should say. We gelled more of the offense, the unit. We had so many guys returning, another year in the system under Coach Denbrock. So we know what to expect this year. Going throughout spring practice, going to summer workouts, winter workouts, really just managing throwing sessions, and really just taking charge of the offense and the whole team. Really just going out there and just putting in that work because we know what we want to accomplish at the end of the day.
They know what they want to accomplish. They're putting in the work. A lot of the guys back with Coach Denbrock. A lot of that soil has been tilled. And I know there's a lot of background noise, so my apologies for that, but I think you can still hear and make out what he's saying. But he also was asked how much better he thinks he will be this year, his 5th year in college from last year, his first year in Baton Rouge.
Night and day. I know how the coaches are expecting to call plays. Another year in the system, as far as, just with the group of guys I have around me, with Malik and all them, just more comfortable on the offense and how to operate. I know when Coach Denbrock calls a play, I know why he's calling it. I know where we want to attack. So, those things matter a lot.
You can hear a very confident, very mature player when you listen to Jayden Daniels talk. It's why, and I don't want this to be lost, we throw out a lot of times, well, he's a 5th-year guy, he's a returning guy, he's got experience. Like, that is the manifestation of that experience, what you hear right there. And he's being very detailed. Like, it's not just what he calls, like, I know why he's calling what he's calling. So much of that is like, it's like a dance partner, and you have to follow someone's lead and trust that they're leading you in the right direction and almost anticipate their move before they make it. And I'm getting to a point here, but just one more from Jayden Daniels when he talked about how much more comfortable he is going into year 2 in basketball.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I know how to maneuver, not just within football, but outside. Just living in Louisiana now, knowing my guys, they know me. Like last year when I came in, I was kind of just a new guy. Spring practice was just barely starting. I think it was like a couple days before I came, so I didn't really know the guys. I was just trying to get to learn the playbook, get to learn the guys, the coaches all in one time. So it was pretty fast for me. So really just going out there now, I'm more comfortable. The guys know me. They know who I am as a leader and as a person. So it makes it for a better transition now.
It's a lot. It's very reminiscent of when Joe Burrow came. And I always hesitate to say that because I don't want anybody to think I'm projecting that Jayden Daniels is going to throw for 5,600 yards. Okay, I'm not. But we saw the same thing with Zach Mettenberger as well. Mettenberger was here in 2011. Remember that. Mettenberger was here in 2011 and didn't play. And then, well, I guess he did play at the end of the Ole Miss game when he decided to well, a little loopity-oop there toward the pylon. But in 2012, it was a struggle for Mettenberger until the end of the season in November, and then he really started to hit his stride, and then he had the blow-up 2013. Same thing for Joe Burrow. Got here in June. He didn't even have spring practice. Remember, he was trying to win a job at Ohio State in June. So then he gets here in spring. Then he gets here in June, goes through summer workouts, and then is in the competition in fall camp. In 2018 was a struggle for Joe Burrow. He went the entire month of October without throwing a touchdown pass. But then when they got at the back end of the 2018 season, after the shutout loss to Alabama, he started playing better. Then you had the 7 overtime win, and then you had the 400-yard game against UCF in the Fiesta Bowl. And that was the springboard to 2019. So all that to say, you look at Jayden Daniels, and a lot of that paths, right, or tracks for Jayden Daniels with how his career has gone so far and how his career started at Arizona State, where he had the really great freshman season, where he threw for 2,900 yards, COVID in 2020, and then 2021 was kind of a mishmash over at Arizona State, where the staff was on the way out. They had a ton of transfers, and it was the 10-touchdown, 10-interception game. And then last year was almost like hitting reset on his career. It was like his freshman season again, for those that don't remember. I mean, Jayden Daniels as a freshman threw for 2,943 yards. First year in Baton Rouge, 2,913 yards. Literally 30 yards difference from his freshman year and his first year at LSU. 17 touchdowns to 2 interceptions as a freshman at Arizona State. 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions his first year at LSU. You see my point? Like he had a QBR of 149.2 as a freshman, 144.5 last year. I mean, it was almost identical. His freshman year and his first year at LSU. The difference is he wasn't able to build upon that great freshman year because COVID hit. And then they had all the chaos in the Arizona State program. Now, think about that in context of what Jayden Daniels just said, what you heard him say. I'm comfortable. I know the offense. I know what Mike Denbrock is going to call and why he's going to call it, working with all the receivers, timing off. Like, he's poised to build upon that great season, which he wasn't able to do in his freshman year because of COVID. And one of the other things Jayden Daniels said, and I don't have the audio of it, but I'm just going to read. It's a very short quote. He was asked about winning the Heisman. He said, quote, "I'd be lying if I said it wasn't on my mind." So, and he did compliment. He said, look, but I can't accomplish that without people around me and all that sort of stuff. For whatever it is worth, and I did go check today over at DraftKings, the 2023 Heisman odds that are out right now, Jayden Daniels has the second best odds behind only Caleb Williams. The reigning Heisman Trophy winner, Caleb Williams, has the best odds to win the Heisman. The second best odds are Jayden Daniels. And I mean, you could look at all of the different betting sites. But DraftKings has Caleb Williams at plus 600, Jayden Daniels, Quinn Ewers, Jordan Travis, all at plus 1,200. And then Michael Penix at plus 1,500. So it's not like if we're sitting here talking about Jayden Daniels as a Heisman candidate, that's some unabashed homerism. Like, that's legitimate. I mean, he has the second best odds going into the season to win the Heisman Trophy. Now, here's what I would tell you, though. If you want something material to mark down as far as Heisman, what it would take. When you look at recent Heisman winners, every quarterback that's won it has thrown for at least 4,000 yards in a season. That would be a really big jump for Jayden Daniels from 2,900 to over 4,000 yards. Now, here are the exceptions. Quarterbacks that did not throw for 4,000 yards that won the Heisman in recent history. Lamar Jackson. He threw for 3,543 yards. What was the difference? Lamar Jackson ran for 1,571 yards. Johnny Manziel threw for 3,700 yards, 3,706. He ran for 1,410 yards. And then Cam Newton in 2010 threw for 2,854 yards. Didn't even get to 3,000, but he ran for 1,473 yards. So there's your ticket for Jayden Daniels. If Jayden Daniels is going to win the Heisman Trophy, he's either got to throw for more than 4,000 yards, or he's got to throw for 3,000, run for 1,000. That's how he can do it. Now, this LSU team in particular, the rushing stat, I think, comes down for Jayden Daniels this year. Last year when Jayden Daniels led LSU in rushing, a big part of that early in the season was necessity. Your offensive line was a mash unit early. It was a sieve. You had 6 different line combos in your first 8 games. Toward the end of the season, the line steadied, you got more production out of your running game, and you didn't need Daniels to run. Early in the season, that was your best offensive play. Hey, Jayden, here comes the blitz, tuck it and run. First play of the season. You remember the first play of the season last year? Florida State came on a blitz, Daniels 25 yards around left end. Get a more consistent running game that opens up your passing game even more. Daniels can get those passing numbers. Absolutely, I think he can win the Heisman this year. I absolutely do. I'm not predicting he will, but can he? Are those numbers possible? Absolutely. It's why the odds are what they are. It's going to be a lot of fun either way. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.